I want to talk a little bit about collaboration, because I think that's something that you've done just tremendously, Evan. You've worked with Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, Patrick Bet David. Like, I could go down the list, but that would be our entire interview, right? How do you go about making the connection with these amazing entrepreneurs? What's the first step?
Yeah, funny you said that, because in 2 hours and 15 minutes, I'm doing another interview with Tony Robbins on the channel that goes live this Sunday. The first step is getting known in the industry. So whoever you're trying to get to, you have to get on their radar. Like, how did you get on my radar? How did this thing happen?
Well, it's funny you ask. I ended up, so I knew I wanted Evan Carmichael on my show just because I love your work. I love your YouTube channel. And I noted that you had just started a YouTube gaming channel, right? Which was still pretty small. And listen, guys, you guys got to follow Evan Carmichael Gaming, because he's going to give you one-on-one attention right there. And so that's how I got on your radar. I think I started talking to you there, and then, you know, kind of went from there.
So super smart, you know. So to reverse engineer that, pay attention to where the person you're trying to target is themselves personally. If you tried to get a hold of me through my main YouTube channel or even through Instagram, it would be rough, because I have barriers up, because lots of people are trying to access me that way. On my YouTube gaming channel right now, there's, I don't know, 8 people who show up in the chat consistently, right? So like, if you're one of those 8 and you're giving love, I'm going to pay attention to you, right? And I stream for an hour and a half to 2 hours, 4 times a week, typically. And if you're there, you have access to me. And so you reverse engineer that. Whoever you're trying to get, where are they spending their most time right now? And you want to be there, giving love, giving value. You could be on my LinkedIn all day long, posting great comments and feedback. I'm just not seeing it.
Right.
Just because that's not where my attention is right now. So that's step number 1. Step 2 is, once you get something, so you got this with me, now you should look at who is following me on Instagram, and then doing outreach to them to say, hey, we had Evan Carmichael on. Do you want to come on? And, you know, Evan Carmichael means nothing to most of the world, but to people who follow me on Instagram, they know who I am. If they're already following me, they're following me for a reason. They may not know who Mark is yet, but, oh, Evan was on? Okay, that's cool. I might, maybe I say yes. And if you're trying to get after somebody bigger, you know, if you wanted to have Grant Cardone on, I would look at everybody that Grant follows on Instagram. And there'll be some big names who will be impossible to get, you know, The Rock and whoever else. But there's going to be a bunch of smaller names on there too, who would actually be super easy to get. And if you have something that you like about their story, so now, you know, Grant follows me on Instagram. If you had me, and then you had 3 or 4 other people that Grant followed who are smaller, who you may not have heard of before, but they came on your show. And again, it's not just about the biz dev to get the grant. They have to have a story. They have to have something that, you know, authentically you would want to share with your audience, right? It's not just for the access. But if you got 4 of those people on, and then you reached out to Grant to say, hey, Grant, we had these 4 people on. Do you want to come on next? It's a much higher chance of a yes, because, oh, all these people said yes who I follow and I know. He's much more likely to say yes. So that, like, bringing value to where they're paying attention, and then hacking who they're paying attention to as well, so that you have a little more credibility going in the door.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you enjoyed this episode. I've got several other episodes right here for you. Smash one of these videos to make sure that you don't miss out on the tips, tools, and tactics of industry experts. Let's take that side hustle full time. Smash one of these links.